So last month, during my big December blowout, I introduced the game Zu-Tules Hime, which is a sort of dominoes-inspired tile placement game based on the animals of the Chinese zodiac. In that video, I teased that they were working with Japanime Games to attach the game to an anime series also about the zodiac. And now, with the gag order lifted, I can finally introduce Zu-Tules Fruits Basket. Fruits Basket is the story of Toru, a girl who, I guess, carries around a basket of fruit, and she, gives the fruit to people? Also, she's an orphan who lives in a tent in the woods? Oh my god! Okay, the story actually goes like this. Toru is this incredibly optimistic girl who lives in said tent in the woods due to the squabbling of her family after the death of her single mother. Through a quirky series of events, she winds up living in the mansion of Shigure Soma, cousin to her popular classmate Yuki Soma. It seems ideal, but things are complicated by the generational curse afflicting the Soma family, one tied to the animals of the Chinese zodiac. As a result, Toru finds herself in the whirlwind of Soma family infighting. However, Toru is a girl with a knack for seeing the best in others, and so makes it her mission to help the members of this warring family get along. It's a cornerstone of Japanese manga aimed at young girls to the point that its animated adaptation recently got a remake, but as it applies to game mechanics, since the main way to earn points in Zu-Tules is by building sets of compatible tiles you can then collect, it works well thematically with Toru's goal of helping everybody get along. And considering that the other way of getting points is through slow division and infighting, the methods of another major player in the story shows up as well. A brief review of the rules, demonstrated with the tiles from Hime. Zu-Tules plays a lot like dominoes, in that on your turn, any character tiles must be placed neighboring a tile already in play. The goal here is to build squares of compatible characters as indicated by the icons around the card. Once a compatible square is created, these tiles then get lifted from the board and get added to a scoring area. First player to get 12 cards in their scoring area is the winner. But you actually don't have to play compatible characters next to each other and are free to disrupt possible squares as much as you want. These troublemakers can be dealt with in several ways. In addition to playing one tile on your turn, you may also take up to 2 actions, whether with a card from your hand or a card already in play, and start up to 1 battle. Actions manipulate the battlefield in some way, while battle sees 2 or more characters getting in a fight, with the winner kicking the losing tiles off the board and into their victory piles. Tiles can gang up with neighboring tiles, but the only way to win a fight is to have both higher strength and intelligence scores than the opponent. Turns are usually pretty brief, with a player placing a tile and drawing a fresh one from one of their stacks on most turns to stay hand neutral, meaning actual fights and actions tend to be fairly intense affairs. Each animal has their own way of playing, but making sure your animals are mixed well together is important. The actual tiles inside the Fruits Basket box are largely the same as the ones in the Hime box, just with the Fruits Basket artwork on them. Although, now that I think about it, it's kind of weird that they have Yuki on the cover of this box instead of Shigure, seeing as Shigure is the representative of the dog sign, and the dog actually is in this set. The tiles mostly make use of screenshots and stock artworks for the modern anime in these character tiles, though to my understanding it's because the developers haven't been given a lot of assets to play with yet when putting art on the cards. I don't know if it's like that Dice Masters Yu-Gi-Oh set where they only license the anime instead of the original card artwork or what. Apparently the booster packs will focus on diversifying the artwork for these character cards in the future. The stats and tile backs are the same as the ones for Hime, which tells me that maybe they can be used together? Wonderful if true. Now keep in mind, this is a prototype box, so the final box insert, I'm told, is far more robust. The box is tall enough to stash the tiles on edge though, which is something it has over the original Zu-Tules Hime box, so nice plus there. Sleeves do exist, though I don't know if they're going to be restocking them for the re-release or not, and Starter Set 2, which got delayed for Hime, is part of the Kickstarter for Fruits Basket, meaning the other 6 members of the Zodiac, including Yuki, will be available at the same time, hopefully followed soon after by Hime Set 2, which actually was completely and totally finished, it just needed to have a proper print run. But I'm sure all of you Fruits Baskets fans have one big burning question. Will there be cat-themed cards? Well, so far there is one. It sadly was not included in this preview kit, but there are also cards for Kyo and Toru, which are actually made in sort of the art format that I was talking about before and was hoping to see more of in these character cards. Kyo right now seems to be just a gimmick tile, while Toru is a legit wild card, compatible with everything, though with how this game works that can be a help or a hindrance. You'll actually be getting these cards in the final version that's available on Kickstarter, so you can look forward to that. So there you have it, Zu-Tile Fruits Basket, and as far as anime franchises go, I think this is probably the most thematically compatible series they could have gone with for this game. As for Zu-Tules Hime, that box is actually still available online, and you can buy it anytime you like. As for Fruits Basket, its Kickstarter will begin on Valentine's Day, February 14th, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So, this was Zu-Tile Fruits Basket by Bakken Games and Japanime Games, and until next time, this is Kohdok signing off.